Hello and welcome to Wanna Be a Chef. Today we are going to make Subway loaf. This is the base of Subway loaf. So you can make any kind of combination. You can make half all-purpose flour, half wheat flour. You can add garlic. You can add oats, anything you want. So I'm just making the basic here. So for that we need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour or maida, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, half cup of water, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 plus 1/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. So first, in a large mixing bowl in which you want to mix your dough, I'll take some water, that is 1 cup of water, and we are going to warm this water. I'm using a microwave, but you can still warm it on a stove top and add to your mixing bowl here. So I'll be heating this water in the microwave for 30 seconds. So my water is now warm. To this I'll be adding 1 tablespoon of sugar, which we have, and 1 plus 1/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast, and we are going to give a nice mix, and we are going to let our yeast proof for at least 5 minutes or until you see the froth over it. Just give a nice gentle mix and leave it. Our yeast has proofed really well. You can see the froth over this. So to this we are going to add our oil, 1 tablespoon of oil, and we are going to add half of the flour from 1.5 cups of flour what we have, and to this we are going to add 3/4 teaspoon of salt also, and we're just going to mix it. Once your half flour is mixed with the wet ingredients, you can add rest of the flour, and at this point you can use your hands also. So now I'll be using my hands to make a dough. I like using ceramic bowls for making my breads or pizza dough or anything. Yeast dough especially, because the surface of the ceramic helps the dough to bind it, or you can say it won't be that sticky. So I'll be taking the rest of the flour which was left in the bowl, and we are just going to knead this for at least 5 minutes. If you find your dough too sticky while kneading, just take little oil in your hands and just try to knead it for at least 5 minutes. Now we will take the oil and we are going to make a ball out of it, and we are going to cover this and let this proof for at least 1 hour. So make a ball, cover it. You can cover this with a steel plate, you can cover this with a cling wrap or anything you want. Just a lid also works. So we are going to proof this for 1 hour or until it doubles in size. You can see that our dough has doubled in size. So we are going to just punch this and take little oil in your fingers and just take out the dough. We are going to knead this and we are going to let this proof once again. So we are going to proof this dough twice. So just knead gently. Again we are going to make the surface soft or neat, and we are going to let this proof. So total of 3 times we are going to proof this. So now we are going to proof this for 30 minutes exactly. We are not going to wait until it doubles in size. So just keep a close eye that it should be just 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, again take little oil in your fingers, remove it and knead the dough. Now your dough will be more manageable compared to the previous proofing. So I'm taking my chopping board here. Onto this I'm going to add some makai ka atta or the maize flour, dust some maize flour so that it doesn't stick or our dough doesn't stick to the cutter. So now I'll be taking my dough which I have. I'm going to flatten this in a rectangular shape. Now, using one side, tightly roll this dough in this shape and just insert the edges, and take a baking pan or tray whatever you want and grease the baking tray here, and we are going to put the loaf in this and we are going to let this proof again for at least 15 minutes. Now we are going to let this proof for at least 15 minutes. Our dough has proofed well now. So now this is going to get into the oven. Before this goes into the oven, what I will like to do is, with the butter knife, I would like to give a slits to give the look of the Subway bread. And we are going to bake this at 230 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes or until it becomes brown. And you can brush some butter or egg white, it all depends on you. So I'll be brushing some butter. So I'm taking the unsalted butter. This gives a nice brown look to the bread. So you have to preheat the oven at 230 degrees and bake this. Our Subway loaf is just out of the oven. So we are going to let this cool down completely before we make any kind of pieces. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for such interesting and easy recipes. You can also visit me on my Facebook page, which is given in the description box. And don't forget to share with your family and friends if you like my videos. Thank you and keep watching.